How can the Jews build upon the rock, their Redeemer, after having rejected him anciently? That's the question that Jacob posed last time, and so we're going to answer that this time, partly with the words of Jacob, but mostly with the allegory, an ancient Hebrew allegory, by the prophet Zenos. And so when we read last time from Jacob chapter 4, Jacob again asked the question. I'm going to share his question here, verses 16 through 18. Behold, according to the Scriptures, this stone shall become the great and the last and the only sure foundation upon which the Jews can build. And now, my beloved brethren, how is it possible that these, after having rejected the sure foundation, can ever build upon it, that it may become the head of their corner? Behold, I will unfold this mystery unto you. So he then shares the allegory of Zenos, and because it's rather lengthy, I'm not going to share the whole thing, but I will touch upon its main points and invite you to read the rest of it. The first part is that the house of Israel is compared to an olive tree, and this olive tree begins to bring forth bitter fruit. So the Lord takes the branches, he cuts them off, and you can actually graft olive branches into other trees, and so he grafts these trees into wild branches. He then takes wild branches and grafts them into the main trunk. And we can see that the Lord did that anciently when he had the gospel taught to the Gentiles. He was grafting Gentiles into the covenants that he had made with Israel. And for a time, these branches bring forth good fruit, but eventually all of them become bitter. And so in the last days, the Lord is doing somewhat the reverse. He's gathering the branches, the natural branches that had been scattered, and he's grafting them back into the mother tree through the covenants that God made anciently with Israel. And so I'm going to read part of the allegory here. This is Jacob chapter 5, 60 through 62. And because I have preserved the natural branches and the roots thereof, and that I have grafted in the natural branches again into their mother tree, and have preserved the roots of their mother tree, that perhaps the trees of my vineyard may bring forth again good fruit, and that I may have joy again in the fruit of my vineyard, and perhaps that I may rejoice exceedingly, that I have preserved the roots and the branches of the first fruit. Wherefore go to and call servants, that we may labor diligently with our might in the vineyard, that we may prepare the way, that I may bring forth again the natural fruit, which natural fruit is good, and the most precious above all other fruit. Wherefore go to, and labor with our might this last time, for behold, the end draweth nigh, and this is for the last time that I shall prune my vineyard. So the Lord is gathering and bringing all of those who were anciently part of Israel. They may not even know they were part of Israel, but he's gathering the whole world, inviting them to come to Christ right now and to partake of the ancient covenants that he made with Israel, and I invite you to be part of it. Until next time, happy reading.